Killian, I'm sorry. Do you think you could have dinner outside the house tonight?
That's fine. I'm having to stay late for work anyway. I'll get something from the supermarket or maybe a fast food joint, but what happened? Why would you want me waiting out tonight?
For some reason, I'm just not feeling very well today. So I think I'll go lay down right now.
What's going on, though? Do you think you caught a cold or something?
I think this is just from being in my last few months of pregnancy, and that's led to me feeling a bit sluggish and with low blood sugar. For the past few weeks, things have been feeling a bit off, but today has been the worst so far. Doing the chores has even been tough on me.
What? You've been feeling like that this entire time?
Yeah. I've told you a few times recently that I haven't been feeling too good and that I needed to go lay down, right?
I thought you were just a little bit tired was all.
I can still be feeling a bit tired and have that be related to not feeling good.
I get that, but I didn't know that things were getting so bad for you that you can't even handle doing the chores anymore.
I've been telling you how sick I've been feeling, and even by the color of my face alone, you could tell that I wasn't in good shape, right? The fact that you didn't notice something was seriously up for this long means you haven't been thinking about me, right? Which also means that you're not interested in our baby either, right? Are you sure you're ready to become a father soon?
Hey, hold on a second. I am ready to be a father, and I haven't been ignoring you or anything. It's just that recently I've been very focused on things like work. My job has been really busy lately, meaning that I haven't had the ability to focus on you or the house.
I suppose you have been coming home later and later recently. And on your days off, you're leaving the house and me all by myself. I would really like you to be here with me, but you never are.
I have things like my higher-ups to deal with, as well as my customers. It's all a part of my job, so forgive me.
I can understand being busy with work during the weekdays, but on the weekdays, I'd like you to be a bit more focused on your house and your family. I feel lonely being in this house all by myself most of the time and a bit worried.
Could you calm down for me, please? Are you sure you're not feeling those ways because you've just been sitting around inside the house all day for months now? How about you go out for a little stroll for a change? I'm sure getting some fresh air would really help you.
And like I've been saying, I don't feel good. I don't have the energy to leave the house right now and go on a walk.
Is that right? You can't even take a 5-minute walk or something?
I'm afraid of things like my low blood sugar when I'm out of the house. What if I were to pass out all of a sudden and there was nobody around to help me? Or even worse, what if I stumbled and hit my belly on something? That wouldn't be good for anyone then, now would it?
I guess you have a point there. But listen, the reason you've been getting so upset recently is due to your hormone imbalance, right? There's also the stress of having to carry a baby. That's why I think it would be very beneficial for you to get out of the house a little bit more. And if you're finding it lonely being in the house all by yourself, why not make some friends and hang out with them?
Make some friends, huh? How am I supposed to make any right now? I don't even have a chance to get out of this house right now.
Just find some other women who are pregnant and become friends with them. You're going to those classes still, right, to help you prepare for childbirth? Maybe talk with some of the other women in there and become friends.
Make friends with them? I'm not sure anyone in those classes is really wanting to talk with anyone other than their family right now. I was thinking after I had this baby and they go to preschool, I'd start to make some friends.
No, it's not just you who's worried about you being home alone all the time. I'm worried as well that by not socializing, you're going to start overthinking too much. And I think it's that overthinking that's starting to make you feel worse and worse. If you had someone to talk to who was also pregnant like you, then you could both talk about your feelings and connect that way. I think that'd be a good thing for you to do.
You think so?
I do. I very much do.
I see. Well, tomorrow I have that class again back at the hospital. I'll get some rest then, and if I'm feeling really energetic, then I'll go talk to someone.
Please try that for me. Right now, I'm too busy to be home with you all the time and be your friend. So if you can find someone else who's as far along as you, then you can both bond over it, right? And I think having some friends is a good thing for you in the long run.
That's a good point. I think I really need to start getting out of the house more. But just remember that even if I make some new friends, that does not make it right for you to stay away from the house and I all the time. Understand?
Yes, I understand that very much.
I know there's no controlling the fact that you're very busy right now with work. But at least make sure that when I give birth to our baby, you have time to be home with me and help out.
Of course, Leah, but please understand that I am very, very busy right now. So, for the time being, you're just gonna have to put up with me not being home much.
Today I received some macarons. I'll put them in the fridge, so make sure to have some when you want them.
Oh, awesome. Those are my favorite. Who did you end up getting them from?
I got them from Hunter.
That pregnant friend of yours?
It sounds like her husband runs a bakery. So she was able to get me some extra macarons from him.
He works as a baker, so you're telling me that her husband made those macarons?
That's right. I just had one a second ago when I got home, and I have to say, these are some of the best I've had so far. She said that he worked overseas for a little bit in France, so he understands a lot about European pastries and such. And that's led to his bakery becoming pretty popular. That's pretty cool, right?
Is that right? This is the first time I've ever heard of someone being a baker. I'm sure something like that could be pretty profitable.
She told me that they both are living in a condo downtown right now. Therefore, I'm sure he's making a decent amount of money with that kind of business.
Huh. That's really amazing of them.
Right? I would love to live in a condo downtown someday.
Well, with the money I'm bringing in right now, that's never gonna happen. The only way we'd be able to live in a place like that is if you got right to work after having the baby.
That's very true. I'll do my best to get myself a good job. But for right now, the only thing I'm needing to focus on is giving birth to a happy and healthy baby.
Well, anywho, I'm glad to hear you've made yourself a good friend. And it's amazing you've created such a good friendship with the first person you started talking to.
That's right. Very amazing. When I went back to class a couple of weeks ago, Hunter was the easiest person for me to talk to. I was able to be a bit more confident and have a really good conversation with her. And from what I could tell, she's a very sociable person who loves to make new friends.
Aren't you glad you listened to what I said? Making a friend for yourself would help you feel a lot better. And ever since you and Hunter became friends, I've noticed just how much more calm you've become. You also seem to have a bit more energy.
I think so too. And that's all thanks to what you recommended I do. By having someone I can talk about my feelings with, I feel a lot better and stronger. Also, this happens to be Hunter's third kid, so she knows a lot more about being pregnant and having babies than I do. I think that I can really rely on her for anything.
She's gonna have 3 kids now. That's crazy. She's around the same age as you, right?
She's 2 years older than I am. She had her first baby back when she was only 19 years old. Isn't that wild?
That's so young. She's leagues ahead of you and I when it comes to being an adult then, huh? Then that would mean her first kid is in elementary school now?
I believe they're in 2nd grade now.
Well, by the time our kid is ready to go to school, we can ask her what the best preschools are and the best school districts. I think we can rely on her for a lot of things.
She did tell me to ask her questions anytime I had them. I'm really thankful that I've met a woman as well put together as her.
I hope that the two of you only grow closer to one another. If you're able to make more friends like her and be really close to them, you'd be making me feel a lot better.
True. I was actually thinking that next time I'd invite Hunter to come on over to our house for a bit. It being our house, we can just sit back and relax for hours talking to one another.
That's a good idea. You don't have to worry about what I think, so go ahead and invite her over.
I will. But I'd like for her to come over when you're home. I'd love for the both of you to meet.
Sounds good. I'll be looking forward to whenever you guys make those plans.
Hey, Leah. If you were going to be moving, you should have told me. Recently, we really haven't been talking to one another a whole lot, so I was wondering how things have been. You've really given me a good surprise by doing something like that. Is there anything else you have to surprise me with? What? What surprise? And what are you talking about? I haven't moved out of this house yet. Come on now, you don't have to hide it from me any longer. You moved into the same building as my husband and I, right? I'm sorry, but what are you talking about right now, Hunter? I'm still carrying my baby right now, so there's no way I'd be able to manage moving into a whole new place. And recently I've started to feel pretty bad again, and that's kind of the reason I haven't been texting you much. Sorry about that. So with me feeling bad right now, it would be impossible for me to move into that building. Or anywhere for that matter. What? So you're being serious when you say you haven't moved yet? A while back you were saying that you'd love to move into the same condo building as us, right? I was saying that, but with the income we have right now, there's no way we'd be able to afford a place there. And if I were to be moving, especially in the same place as you, I would have told you. Really? But this is a bit strange then. Your husband is coming over to this building pretty much every day. Are you really telling me the truth right now? That you're both not living here? What? My husband has been going there a lot? That's right. And seeing him coming over all the time, I just assumed you both made the jump and moved into a condo here. Are you serious right now? That you've been seeing my husband going in there every day? Like, every day? Yes, Leah. I'm not sure your husband has been aware that I've been watching him, but I can see him from my balcony. He's always coming here around the same time. Can you tell me what time that's usually at? It's around the same time my oldest is getting out of soccer practice, so I'd say 7 p.m. But around that time, my husband should still be at his office finishing up his work for the day. For the past couple of months, he's always had to stay late to finish up whatever extra work he's been given. Or at least, that's what he's been saying. So I think you're just getting him confused with someone else. But I'm not mistaken. That man is your husband, Killian. I'm really good at remembering people's faces, especially men's faces. So I'm 100% not mistaking him for someone else right now. But why would my husband be going all the way downtown and going into the same building that your condo's in every day? Where exactly are you seeing him going when he enters? He's coming up to the same floor as me and is entering a room right next to ours. Are you sure you don't have a family member living here right now? None of my family is living there, and he hasn't told me anything about his family being there either. Actually, he shouldn't be hiding the fact that he's been going over there so often from me in the first place. Oh, that's true. Why would he be hiding something like this from you then? I think I know why, but I really do not want to say it. I know what you're getting at. Are you going to be okay? I'm so sorry for bringing this up. I shouldn't be talking about something like this right now when you're so close to having your baby. No worries, Hunter. I'm actually very relieved that you've told me all about him. Thank you so much. Had you never even contacted me in the first place today, I probably would have never ever noticed. So, what are you going to do now? I'm sure that within a few hours your husband will be coming here again, right? Well, I can't leave something as suspicious as that go unquestioned. Do you mind telling me what the room number is of the condo that he's been entering? Right now, I think I'm going to try my best to get to the bottom of things. Killian, where are you right now?
You already know where I'm at. The same place I've always been for the past few months. Work. And I'm gonna be coming home from work late again today. I'd love to come home a lot sooner, though.
Oh, is that so? I was sure for a moment there that you were at your other woman's place having an affair.
Huh? What the hell did you say that for? What are you even going on about right now?
Am I wrong?
Of course you're wrong, and don't you ever say something as rude as that again. Why would you ever suspect me of cheating on you right now? I'm not in the mood to listen to stupid jokes from you like that.
But you aren't really at your office right now, correct? And I know that because I'm at your office right now. This is rather strange, isn't it? Quite a conundrum we have here.
Huh? I told you already that I'm still in the office working late. What the actual hell are you going on about right now? Are you starting to lose it again and are having some weird-ass delusions or something? I don't have time to sit here and talk with you about your problematic hysteria. If you continue to keep bringing up things that make no sense at all, then I'm going to stop replying to you.
I lied, Killian. I'm not at your office right now. I'm actually standing out in front of the condo you're inside of right now. The condo that you just entered a couple of minutes ago.
What do you mean by that?
I saw you get off that elevator and go inside that condo down the hallway. I was hiding down the other side of the hallway at the corner.
Why are you inside of this building right now? What the hell is going on?
This is the same exact floor that Hunter and her family live on.
Huh? So this is the building that your friend has been living in?
That's right. And she told me earlier today that she's seen you coming into this building and going into that condo quite a lot. Remember how I was saying that I always wanted to have a condo in a building like this one? Well, that's why she assumed that you and I moved into this building and got a condo. But I don't ever remember the both of us ever moving into a condo before, so I was at a loss for words there for a bit.
So that's how this happened.
You now understand the current situation, right? Now, would you please explain to me what you've been doing inside that condo? I already have one or two ideas what goes on behind that door, but I'd like to hear from you what the truth is.
No, wait. I'm telling you right now that what's been going on has nothing to do with me having an affair or anything.
Then please explain yourself.
This condo is where a friend of mine is living. Recently, they told me they haven't been feeling all too well, so I've been coming over to take care of them for a bit every night. So there's nothing I feel guilty about.
If that were really the case, then there wouldn't have been a reason for you to lie to me about where you've been, right? And actually, as you were entering that room just then, I heard a woman's voice come out of it.
Did you really get that close?
Well, you're not going to be talking your way out of this one, Killian. So it's best you start telling me the truth about what's been going on. I already know everything, so the more you continue to lie to me, the less respect I'll have for you in the end. So let's get it over with right now. Confess to what you've been doing these past few months, and then we can start talking about what'll happen next.
I'm so sorry, Leah.
So you've been cheating on me, right?
Yes, I have been.
Since when?
It's been about a year or so now.
At least I finally have the answer as to why I've no longer been in your mind for so long now. And that's why you haven't been coming home very often anymore besides to sleep. You've been meeting her on the weekends as well, right?
I haven't been ignoring you or anything. The person that I love the most is you, Leah.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, but you are not good at persuasion, so cut that out right now. Remember all those times I told you I wanted you home more because I wasn't feeling good and was lonely? But every single time, the only excuse that would come out of your mouth is that you were busy with work and that you couldn't come home. when really you were just having an affair with that chick. If that's the lengths you'd been going to hide the truth from me, then that means you loved her more. So don't ever tell me that you love me the most.
I'm sorry.
At the times when I wanted you at my side the most, you never ever came. Honestly, the fact that you would even cheat on me right now when I am carrying our baby makes me the most sick I've ever felt in a long time. Unbelievable. You are the worst, Killian.
I'm so sorry. I have nothing to say about it.
Had I never been told about you by Hunter, then I probably would have never noticed anything. I'm sure you would have just kept on lying to me about where you were. And after having the baby, I'm sure you would have kept on having that relationship with her and never came home to be with the baby and me.
Have you been waiting here for me all day today? Our baby is almost due, so having to stand over there all day waiting for me should be too much for you.
Hunter allowed me to hang out in her house before you came, so I'm fine. Actually, I'm so enraged right now that I can't even feel how weak my body is.
How about we both go home right now, so that I may explain myself better? I need to relax for just a second, so would you please head home first?
What was that? How about you explain yourself to me right now? Come open the door right now and explain everything you've done to my face.
Now wait, that's fine and all, but...
No, you come here right now and open the damn door. I want to see your face so that I can laugh at how ridiculous you must look.
I can't do that. I have no idea what you might do with my girlfriend standing here. And who knows what she might do. If you both started to get into a cat fight, then you'd be disturbing everyone in this building.
Until you open this door, I am not walking away. I'll sit down on this floor if I have to. And anyone who passes by and asks what I'm doing, I'll tell them that I'm waiting on my cheating husband to open the door.
There's no reason for you to be doing that, though. When we both get home, I'll explain everything.
Nope. I'm not moving, and that's final. Open the door so that we may talk, and then I will go. Now, either you or that whore of yours open the door and come out here.
Would you just give the hell up already? God damn! How much longer do you plan to just sit out there? You're the one who's pregnant. Go the hell home and take care of our baby.
Hunter brought me out a chair and some dinner to eat while I wait. So you don't have to worry about myself or the baby right now. It's the middle of summer, so it's not that cold right now. So I can last another 12 hours if I have to.
I'm asking you to please freaking leave!
Then open the door, and I will. If you can just unlock the door even, I'll open it for you and then leave.
Why are you asking me to do all of that for you? We can meet after this and talk, right?
I want to see you right now, Killian. And by the way, why are you getting so worked up right now by me just sitting here? Are you afraid someone else might be coming here right now to their condo?
Don't tell me. Don't tell me you already know. You have to know, and that's why you're waiting.
It's past 9 p.m. now, so her husband will be coming home really soon, right? That whore that you're with is married herself, isn't she? I heard about that from Hunter as well. She told me that a couple was living in this condo. I'm sure you were also aware of that, right?
I know. You're right. And if I'm still in this condo when her husband gets home, things are gonna go from really bad to flat out worse. I've heard that when her husband gets upset, he's like a pit bull that can't be controlled.
Oh, what was that? I think I can hear him making his way here right now.
What?
Hunter told me he just pulled into the parking lot a second ago. Which means that must be him in the elevator right now. If you're not going to come out of there, then don't worry. I'll explain everything to him for you. There he is coming right now. I'll go talk to him.
Hold on.
What do you want?
Her husband is an MMA fighter.
That's what I've heard, and so far he has won 3 championships. He's a heavyweight fighter too because of all that muscle on him. And he is very pissed off right now, so all those muscles are going to pop out of his suit seams soon. I think he's going to fold you up and knock you around really soon.
I do not want him coming into this condo. You're going to get me killed if you let him in here.
He's a professional, Killian, so even he knows when to stop fighting before that happens. So please, relax and listen to what he and his fists are going to have to say to you.
Wait, you can't do this. I told you this already.
Well, you're making the both of us wait now, which is only going to make the beating worse. He is not happy right now and is already fuming from his ears. At this point, his professionalism might not be enough to save you anymore unless you open that door. I think being punched by one of those arms at full strength would kill a man.
I'm telling you to leave us alone. I have no way to defend myself from a man like him.
Then you can try fighting me instead. I would be more than happy to kick you in the balls right now. I'll do it 100 times if I have to. And let that stupid whore in there know she won't be spared. You both are not getting off the hook with what you've done now.
I told you that we could talk about this later. I knew something like this would freaking happen, and that's why I told you to screw off.
And if you knew things were going to become really bad, you should have opened the door when you had the chance to save yourself. I tried my best to give you that chance. I wasn't even going to lay a hand on that whore either. But now I'm not so sure she's safe from me either. I will say this, though. If you can open the door right now for us, I will try to spare her. However, I can't say whether or not her husband will be willing to spare her, though. How does that sound? Will you calm down now and open the door?
Are you sure? You're not going to do anything to her?
I will try my very best not to. Although I might have to have a long talk with her.
Come on! Why the hell are you acting like that? I wanted to talk about all of this later. Is this how you plan to get your revenge on the both of us?
What are you talking about, Killian? My revenge doesn't start until after today. I'm going to make sure my asshole husband and his little slutty girlfriend pay up. And until my kid is 18 years old, you're going to be paying child support.
What? Are we getting a divorce?
For crying out loud, Killian, you are so dense when it comes to the most basic things. Of course we're getting a divorce now. You thought that we'd be able to stay married after what you've done?
I freaking told you you were the person that I loved the most. I was just having some fun with this woman.
I don't care what you were doing with her. Whether it was you both just having fun or you wanting to have a serious relationship with her, I don't give two craps. Had you really loved me the most, you would have never, ever thought about cheating on me.
I'm being serious, though. This was just me having a little bit of fun while you've had to deal with carrying a baby. I never went through with all of this in the hopes of one day divorcing you. So why do you want one so badly now?
So what I'm hearing right now is that you couldn't help yourself from having sex for a little while your wife has been pregnant with your child. And so you thought you could get away with cheating on me up until I had our baby and stop without me minding? I don't ever recall saying that I was okay with you going out to stick your dick into another woman while I've been sick and tired and lonely at home. You were on point telling me to make myself a friend, weren't you? Because of my friend, I have now learned that I no longer need an idiot like you in my life anymore. After that, I'm not sure who was the one to unlock the door, but I heard the door lock click, and the door slowly came open. And as the door fully swung open, there was both Killian and his bitch on their hands and knees begging for forgiveness. But before either one of them could get up, the woman's husband went and grabbed Killian by his shirt before lifting him up to the ceiling and dropping him down to receive a sucker punch to the jaw. He fell to the ground with 3 of his teeth being broken and blood pouring out of his mouth as he cried out in pain, and his girlfriend started to scream and cry as well. As he lay there on the ground, rolling in pain, I explained to him how the divorce was going to go down before telling the whore that she'd have to pay up as well, and then going home. Later that night, Killian ended up being taken to the hospital by an ambulance as he passed out at the front of the building due to his pain and stress. He would have to get his mouth all taken care of, and from what I know, he never went to the police or anything about being punched in the face because he was too afraid of what else that man could do to him. The chick he was with also suffered a similar fate, as her husband closed the door behind them after kicking Killian out and punched her in the gut with so much force that she both peed and pooped herself. After doing that, he left the condo for a few days while he and his wife settled their divorce and all the legal issues that came along with that. After all of that drama and violence took place and Killian was out of the hospital that next day, he and I got a divorce, and I received $40,000 as a settlement from both him and his woman. Once that money was confirmed to be in my bank account, I grabbed all my things from the house and moved back home to my parents' place. As I was walking out the front door, Killian grabbed onto my legs as he pleaded for me to please not leave him. Seeing him in such a disgusting shape at my legs, I turned around and stomped on his head like a bug, causing him to let go of me, and then I chucked the wedding ring he had given me at his busted-up face. As I left the house and looked back, all I could see was that man's sad-looking expression on his face as he sobbed all over the floor. From there, I made myself at home back at my parents' house, and then gave birth to my beautiful little baby, while money from my ex started to come in as child support. What I heard from Hunter soon after was that the husband of that whore also divorced her and then forced her out of his condo as she pleaded for him to not put her on the streets. And since that day, she hasn't seen any sign of that woman since, and soon that condo went up for sale. Rumor has it that she went to Killian's house after being kicked out of the condo and tried to convince him to marry her and let her move in with him. But it sounds like Killian wasn't lying when he said she was just for fun and told her that he wasn't really into anything else but her body. Apparently, she was very serious about becoming a thing, though, so when she heard him say that, she slapped him on the face with all her strength, which opened up all the stitches he had in his mouth before running off for good. I'm sure he had to go back to the hospital soon after that and would be stuck having to be in pain for even longer and pay more hospital bills. Right now, Hunter and I are still very close friends with one another, and I will be forever grateful for what she's done for me. I know that we only became friends a few months ago, but so far she's the one person that I can trust the most with anything. And from now on, I know that I can rely on her to take care of my baby and I. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.